late. As you know, my client has a mental illness, and it was my intent that he be here with us today. But since he cannot be here, I want to read a statement that he prepared for today. First, I want to say my name is Nazareth Haysbert. I will spell it for you. My first name is Nazareth, and my last name is Haysbert. Hello, my name is Samuel Calhoun Arrington, and I'm homeless. The LAPD started to harass me when I stopped one of their undercover officers from giving a friend of mine, who was also homeless, heroin. After I stopped that officer from giving my friend drugs, I became a target of the LAPD through the years. And as a result of their unnecessary and unjustified excessive force, I ended up in the hospital at least 5 times that I can remember. I am here because the city of Los Angeles and the LAPD need to treat mentally ill, homeless people better. Like many other Americans, I too went through a tough time and found myself living on the street. On the day of the LAPD's excessive use of force on me in Venice, all I wanted to do was enjoy a day at the beach. The sunshine is free. The beach is free. I just wanted to enjoy the sunshine while using my umbrella for shade. I'm a man who loves God. While my life and health have been forever changed by the LAPD's repeated beatings, taserings, and excessive use of force, I thank God I live to see another day. I am happy to be able to share my story and to have my sister by my side today. Please understand, I am struggling right now emotionally, mentally, and physically. I will defer all questions to my attorney Nazareth, not because I don't want to or can't answer them, but because it took a lot for me just to be able to stand here and say this much to you. In closing, I ask that everyone treat the homeless and the mentally ill people like we're human beings. And I look forward to the day when I am left alone by the Los Angeles Police Department. On June 27, 2011, my client was badly beaten by 4 LAPD officers. The beating left an approximately 8-inch gash in his head that took 18 staples to close. We still have not been able to discover the photograph of that injury. But that injury left my client for over 18 months in jail, falling out, having syncope, strokes, seizures. He was in and out of the hospital. He started to see visions. And I believe that's what began the steep decline in his mental health. On January 5th, 2014, my client was again tased and beaten by LAPD officers. In July of last year, 2014, my client was again, while on Venice Boardwalk, abused by LAPD officers. And finally, on August 7th, 2014, we were able to see from a video recording what that looks like. We have a 20-minute video of my client sitting in a chair, not being a threat to anyone, not even himself. He was there to enjoy a day at the beach. And while he was attempting to get some shade with an umbrella, he was approached by LAPD officers. And the question that should be in everybody's mind when you watch that video is, would an objectively reasonable officer in the same or similar circumstances as described in the police report you guys all have and the video that you've all seen, have tackled, punched, tased, hog-tied, and thrown a 52-year-old man in the back of an ambulance? We all know the answer to that, but we have a moral bone in our body. The mistreatment of the mentally ill and homeless in our society has got to stop, and it's got to stop now. We have all got to take responsibility for it. Chief Beck, I'm speaking directly to you. Tear down the walls of oppression and silence in your department. Do what is right. To LA City Council, the world is watching you. And the decisions you make from this point will determine your destiny. I'd like to say a final word to the citizens of Los Angeles. I know you deserve better. The officers that were involved in this incident, the 14 officers, 8 directly involved officers who were part of this incident, this tragic episode. You deserve better. We must stand together, and we must call on our elected leaders to do what is right. I believe in you, and we all have a responsibility to each other. We must protect the weakest among us, because a society is only as strong as its weakest link. I am here today as a human rights attorney. I am a human rights attorney first, and I'm a civil rights attorney. This case has international implications. You've seen the reports of homelessness rising all across our nation. And as it continues to rise, we have got to make choices about how we are going to address it. And are we going to address it with a beat down and a tasering and a punch and a kick? Or we're going to address it by offering some real solutions, like the right to housing in California, the passage of SB 608, offering opportunities for every homeless person in Los Angeles to have somewhere to stay. If they need medication, getting them to the right place. We need to have these conversations. Mr. Bonin, stand up and take responsibility. I'll end with this. I love the city of Los Angeles. As with so many people, it is my adopted home. And I intend to do everything in my power to ensure justice for the weakest among us, those that are mentally ill, those that are homeless. And if there's anybody else out there that needs our help, know that you have someone who will stand up for you. This issue of homelessness is an international problem, and we've got to solve it right here at home. And we've got to solve it on the global level. And if we've got to take it to the United Nations, we shall, because we have to. I'm going to turn it over to my client's sister, Cleo Battle, who will be able to give you her own story. Thank you.